Hey everybody, it's Jamie from No Getting Off This Train, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to calculate nutrition info and portion sizes for your meals. So for those of you that are new here, I am a certified nutrition coach, and that means that not only do I show you how to make budget-friendly meals here on the channel, but I also show you how to make it healthier. And whether your goal is losing weight, maintaining weight, or even just looking to eat healthier in general, I hope that you can find something here that fits your lifestyle. Like I said, today I'm going to show you how to calculate nutrition info and portion sizes for your meals. I've had a lot of people ask me to do a video like this, so I'm going to show you two different ways that you can calculate portion sizes and the nutrition info for your meals. As a disclaimer, I am not a medical doctor, so I cannot diagnose or treat any conditions. This is just general information for you. Two of the ways that you can measure out your portion sizes are by counting calories and by using your hands to help measure portion sizes. And a lot of times those two can be interchangeable because a lot of times a measuring cup and your hand are just about the same size. It really depends on the type of person you are. First of all, do you need to count calories? It's not necessary to count calories to lose weight. It can certainly be helpful. I know that's what I did when I lost my 20 pounds of baby weight like 6 years ago. So it's super helpful to just, keep track of everything. I think it's always good to have a general idea of where you stand when it comes to the food you eat, portion sizes, and things like that. One resource that I use for my clients is a TDEE calculator. That stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure. That's just calculating the number of calories that you burn per day, just going about your normal day-to-day life, whether that's sitting at work, exercising, even like walking from the car through the parking lot to your job. I've got a link to it down below, so all you do is enter in your information like your age, your height, your weight, and it'll tell you approximately how many calories you burn per day. Then you can also have it tell you how many calories you need to eat if you want to lose weight. So I've used this off and on for the past year or so, and I have found it to be really, really accurate, both with me and the other clients that I work with. So how do you calculate the nutrition info in a recipe? Now, I'm going to show you a couple of different ways. One of them is by using MyFitnessPal, so that way you can get a good representation of how to calculate the calories and get that nutrition info. I'm going to show you how I calculate calories for a recipe using MyFitnessPal. Now, usually if you're on a website or a blog, the recipe will have all the nutrition info already there for you. So if you look down here at the nutrition information, it says serving size 1 and it yields 8 slices. And the amount per serving, it shows you the calories. Usually they will have that information. But if they don't, you can use MyFitnessPal to actually create a recipe. So let me go over to my tab. We're on MyFitnessPal. It is a free calorie counter website. You can enter in like your information. It'll tell you like how many calories to eat to lose weight. It's what I used to help lose all of my baby weight back in 2015. But when you're on the website, on the computer, you'll click on food and then on recipes, and you can either import the recipe from the URL, the website, or you can add a recipe manually, like if you're taking a recipe out of a cookbook or something. So under the recipe name, I'm using my banana bread. And then over here under servings, it makes 8 slices, so we'll put 8. And then you can enter or paste all your ingredients here. So I copied and pasted everything in there, and then you can match the ingredients. And sometimes it'll work perfectly, sometimes it won't. It says it matched all 9 ingredients. So if you look down here, all the green check marks, it matched basically everything that we have just perfectly. So then you scroll all the way back up. It'll show you 8 servings, the calories per serving, which is 216, which basically matches the one that I made. All right, so you've made your recipe. Now, how do you portion it out? It really depends on what it is that you made. So in the example of the banana bread that I showed you, you just simply slice it into 8 slices. That's pretty easy. when it comes to something like a casserole, that also depends on the casserole. If it's like a lasagna or like a Mexican lasagna type of thing with tortillas and stuff, you can slice them into the number of servings. So if it serves 6, you would cut it into 6 pieces. Then you can use a spatula and serve them as needed. But if it's a casserole that's kind of looser, like a rice casserole, something where if you pick it up with a spatula, it's just gonna fall everywhere, then I typically use a serving spoon, and then I use a measuring cup, like a 1 cup measuring cup, and I get out all the plates and serving containers that I need first before I dish it out. So for example, if that casserole serves 6, I will get out 3 plates, 1 for me, John, and Allison, and then I would get out 3 other like food storage containers to put in the fridge. That way I can divide them evenly into all 6 containers, and I will know approximately how big that portion size is. And things like soup and chili, that stuff is pretty easy as well. I use a 1 cup measuring cup, and same thing, I'll get out the number of bowls and containers that the recipe serves, and then I will just evenly dish it out until like the pot or the slow cooker is empty. It's not totally perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect, so don't worry yourself if things look a little bit uneven. What matters is that you're just getting an approximation. So now let's get into the hand size portion method. And this is something that I learned during my certification training. Basically, the size of your hand can determine your portion size. Now there's 4 different things that you can track with your hands, possibly more. The first thing is protein. Now protein is the size of your palm. So things like a chicken breast, a piece of steak. If you are a vegetarian, it could be like eggs. It could be a serving of beans, lentils. Basically just the size of your palm right here would be a protein serving. Next up is carbs, and carbs can be a cupped handful. So kind of cup your hand just like this, and then right in here will be that cupped handful. So rice, you can even consider beans to be a carb. Fruit, potatoes are one as well. And in the case of bread, I would consider 1 to 2 pieces to be a serving of carbs. Next up is your healthy fats. Take your thumb like this, and this portion right here is the serving size of your healthy fats. That could be a block of cheese, it could be avocado, it could be olive oil, and this amounts to maybe an ounce, possibly even 1 to 2 tablespoons. And I forgot to mention with the carbs, that cupped handful is approximately a half cup. Now vegetables are the last one, and a vegetable serving is about a fist. So make a fist like this, and about that size is what you would need for a serving of vegetables. That could be raw vegetables, it could be steamed, roasted, and that fist size is about 1 cup, give or take. Now, what would that look like in a meal? Because when you put together a recipe, it's kind of hard to use your hands to measure out all the portions, especially if this recipe serves like 4 or 6 people. But if you're the kind of person that likes to make a meal that has like a steak, and you have baked potato, then you have your vegetables, if you like to have components that turn into a meal rather than creating an actual recipe, then the hand size portion method would be really good. So let's look at this picture as an example. This is something that I made just recently. This is jerk chicken. So if you look at the plate, I've got all the portions right there. So the chicken was about a palm size serving, and then underneath that was about a fist size serving of coleslaw. On the other side, I have some Northwestern blend. This was just a bag of frozen vegetables I had heated up in the microwave. And then I have rice. And as far as the healthy fats go, I have some mayonnaise inside the coleslaw. Now, how many servings of each one do you need per day? And that really depends on the person. It depends whether you're a man or a woman, how much you weigh, how active you are. So for women, if you eat 4 regular sized meals per day, you can start with 1 serving of each group per meal. And then if you still feel hungry or you still feel too full, you can either add or take away as needed. And then for men, if you eat 4 standard sized meals per day, you would start out with 2 of each. and then kind of go from there. And that is very subjective. I mean, there are some women who work out very regularly who might eat 2 servings from each group per meal, and there are some men who only need to eat 1. Maybe they're not quite as hungry. I know that for me, I work out 6 days a week and I teach fitness classes 2 days a week, so I eat just as much food as my husband. So like I said, it's very subjective. You're gonna have to work that out for yourself and see what works for you. So those are 2 of the ways that you can calculate nutrition, that you can calculate serving sizes. I hope this has helped you in some way. I know this has been asked for a lot, so I wanted to get this out there just as a reference. And if you need help kind of figuring out what works for you, like I said, I'm a nutrition coach, so I offer these one-on-one services, and I also offer group coaching. So I have links down below to either schedule a call with me or you can join my group coaching program. But I would love to work with you. If this has been helpful, can you please let me know? And also, if you have any questions as to what I just talked about, please leave a comment and tell me as well. I'd be happy to answer them. And if you want to see more videos kind of like this, please let me know too, because I'm always looking for more ideas. And if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, I highly recommend you do so. That way you can be notified whenever more videos like this come out, or my other grocery hauls, recipes, or meal planning tips. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later.